of art, breaking through the blocks, and winning your inner creative battles. Welcome back to the podcast, ladies. I'm your host, Heather Chauvin. And yes, I know you might be going, Heather, where's your podcast today? And I told you, if it doesn't feel easy, I'm not going to do it. And you'll understand from my podcast today. So I'm committed to 3 podcasts a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday-ish, right? Create the plan, go with it, but be flexible. So if more podcasts come, then it's just icing on the cake. But for this week at least, it's going to be 3 times a week. And today I'm going to be talking about resistance. Magic is starting to unfold in my world. And if you've been listening to me, you know how resistant I have been to even call myself a writer. So I'm in the process of writing my first book. And, I've been carrying this belief system around for a really long time that I am not a writer. Even though I write marketing copy, I can do a daily podcast, I, can coach people, I can create content, I've created modules. I create lots of shit with writing. But writing a book, I don't know. I got a belief system around it. And I'm working on it. So I wanted to share this quote with you, and then I'm going to talk about my aha moment. Are you paralyzed with fear? That's a good sign. Fear is good. Like self-doubt, fear is an indicator. Fear tells us that we have to do it. Remember, one rule of thumb. The more scared we are of a work or calling, the more sure we can be that we have to do it. Sure, we can be that. We have to, I guess that's what it says, but it sounds funny. Anyways, this is from Pressfield, the author of The War of Art, which is all about breaking through the blocks and winning your inner creative battles. If you've never listened to The War of Art and you find yourself resistant, and you don't have to be a writer, you don't have to be an artist, it could be resistant to creating the art of life, right? A lot of women that I talk to, oh my gosh, the resistance to doing the work and jumping in can be very paralyzing, and then all their excuses come up. So our life is art. And of course, there's going to be resistance there. So check out that book by Pressfield. Okay, so I've been writing. I've been showing up for this. I mean, I've flown all over the globe to go to workshops, to retreats, sitting in, oh my gosh, cabins with my friend, just trying to pull the shit out of me. And my question when I jumped into this was, there's a book in me. I can feel it. It's been with me for 15 years now, where it needs to come out, right? And the calling is getting louder and louder and louder and louder. And so I always say to you guys, the itch, the ache, it's going to be there. It's never going to go away. The more you resist it, the bigger it will come back. So I'm listening. So I made a commitment. I was determined. And I said, sit with it. Just sit with it. So I started just writing crap out. And I have pages and pages and pages of stuff. But in the creative side of your brain, it's not black or white, it's art. So it's messy. And that, doesn't go well with the logical side of am I wasting my time? Why am I doing this? This is useless, yada, yada. So resistance, and I keep showing up, right? So I made daily writing habits, and I'm just show up for this, Heather, just show up for it. Even if you're not writing a word count every day, but you're showing up and you're looking at it. And then all of a sudden, guys, the clouds parted, and I had, are you ready for this? An outline, a legit outline. And I had this outline for a while, and I looked at it, and I'm like, this is shit. I don't like this outline. And then something changed in me, and I went back to it, and I was like, this is it. This is the outline. And so the outline is there, and I'm putting the pieces together and slowly pulling back the layers. And for a moment, this feels easy. Just for a little moment, this feels easy. And, having this little sign right? Because I have to listen, because if I wasn't listening, it would be very easy for me to slip back into, poor me, this sucks. But that's not the attitude I want to walk around in my life with. So I go, okay, I have this little window of hope. Let me utilize that. And so I sat with it and I said to myself, okay, Heather, what do you need to do? Get out your pen and paper and start asking yourself questions about what needs to go under these chapters, right? Okay, what content do you already have created? Where can this go? What can this do? And so these little pockets of hope, this is a representation of life, that you may have resistance to doing something. It may be going to the gym. It may be eating on a regular basis or eating healthy. It may be biting your tongue and putting duct tape over your mouth instead of yelling and screaming at your children. It may be, stopping a fight. It may be, having an uncomfortable conversation, or looking at your money and opening your bank accounts, or taking your work to the next level because you were destined for bigger and you were destined to help more people, and you feel that shift in that evolution inside of you. This is part of who we are as human beings and as the human experience. So even though my body loves to manifest resistance, I'm letting it. I'm creating my plans and I'm being flexible with it, and I'm slowing down and I'm just showing up. And I'm just, showing up for those pockets of time, the little moments of gratitude that say, I'll give you this space, Heather. I'll show you that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And so my aha moment for you today, or my message for you today, is don't give up. That wherever that fear is in your life that you are paralyzed at, but there's a deeper calling, that deeper voice that's saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. Listen to that voice. Do not give up. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I would love, and I don't ask you to do this a lot, if you've gained any value from this podcast, if you could head on over to iTunes and leave a review, it would be so greatly appreciated. Just one simple review. You can just go to, you can go right to my website and there's a direct link, or you can access it on your phone if you're using the podcast app and leave a review on iTunes. Thanks, guys. Talk soon.